ಬಂತು. ಓಕೆ, ಹಾಂ, ಒಂದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಾಯ್. ಲಿಂಕ್ ಬರ್ತಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ಹಲೋ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಹಾಂ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ನಾನು ಹುಡುಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಹಾಂ. ಗುಡ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್. Good evening. Guys, please tell me if you are able to hear me. Please type in the chat. Okay, good. All right. Yes. Okay. Cool. Right. So this will be a brush up classes. That is in the sense, what we'll be doing is we'll be going through the previously covered topics once again, so that you can be prepared for the upcoming things. So let us start with some simple things. Okay. So if anybody else is joining up, let them join. Okay. So I'll be starting now. Okay. Now. Okay, I hope this is visible. We'll start with the things again. Simple program. Now, basically, I hope everybody remembers what is hash include, stdio.h, int main, printf, all those kind of things. So now we'll start with some simple ones. Again, I will start with the simple things wherein you might have issues, where you might make mistakes. So is this code correct? Is there anything wrong with this code, or is this code correct? So the answer for this, again, since we can't interact with each other, I'll be going through the things non-stop. If at all you are not clear about it, please leave a chat so that I can get back to you on that. Okay, so this will work. Reason is very simple. Main, sorry, okay, 1 second, let us check. Change something. Oh, semicolon. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm actually working with a little bit of different window, so it is not very easy to for me to see. Okay, now why are we able to create a variable called as main? Very simple. Main is also what? It's a function name, even though it might be a standard function, that is, which is where your programming actually starts. Even though it is a main thing, an important or starting point function, but it is just nothing but a function name, which is a literal I'm sorry, identifier. So since it is an identifier, it becomes it is possible to create a variable called as main. Okay, so that is one thing. Next we'll start with some of the things. Screen is not clear. Let me see if I can change certain things. Okay. Fortunately, I can't even do anything here. Okay, so is it better now? I can't do anything about this. Okay, is it better now? That is the max I can do regarding this. Okay, so fine. So we can actually create a variable called as main. That is the point number 1. Next, uh, is this a valid name? $1. Okay, so $1, normally you would may I know what is happening? You are unable to see my screen, is it, or what is happening? I don't get it. Not clear. Guys, I think it is a problem with the streaming quality. You'll have to take it in a highest quality. I've already uploaded in. I'm uploading in HD itself. So maybe change the quality of the video in your on your phone. Okay, it's blur. Yeah, like my resolution is in highest thing. I'm streaming at highest resolution itself. Wait, let me just see if there is anything. Mode is on. Yeah, like if you can increase your quality, you can clearly see it, because from my end I am streaming in HD itself. Okay, so guys, go to your video settings and change it to higher resolution. You'll be able to see. Is it working now? Yeah, okay, fine then. Let us get back to things. Dollar. Now variable name, whenever we say about variable names, normally we say that it should start with either an underscore or an alphabet and then etc etc, right? But I'm using dollar here. Still this will work. The reason why this is able to work, that is we are able to see this output, is very simple reason. Even dollar is supported. It is not advised to create variable names with dollar, but dollar is a valid variable name. Okay, you want me to disable slow mode? Like I thought so many of them will be. Okay, 1 second, give me a minute, let me fix it. Okay, so okay, fine. Yeah, I've disabled the slow mode. Okay, so I've disabled the slow mode and let us continue. Okay, so now dollar, even though it is not there in any of the textbooks, this is possible. This can be acceptable because any of your system variables or predefined variables which are there in your library thing, they are usually given with dollar symbol. Okay, so since that is the reason, $1 is a valid variable name. Okay, so again, it is advised not to actually create a variable with dollar, but it is actually going to work. Okay, so that said, shall we go for some ternary operator? So now the question is, are you guys comfortable with ternary operator, comma, and thing size of? Please respond back if you are comfortable with comma operator, ternary operator, and size of. Yes or no, please, in the chat. Okay, one. What about the rest? If at all you want me to cover up the syntax or something like that as well, I can do that as well. But as of now, I'm just going to cover up coding, so that you should be able to understand. Like again, I've been covering things. Okay, not clear about which one. All of them. Okay, fine. I'll go with the simple syntaxes. Okay, so when it comes to your exam preparation, when it comes to the topics of operator, most important thing which you'll have to keep in mind is this. Okay, that is your operator. Okay, operator precedence. So operator precedence is how you have your one, right? What is it? BODMAS rule for your numbers, or sorry, not numbers, operations, right? If at all you have a plus, minus, multiplication and division, which will be taken up first, which will be taken up later, all those things are determined by what? Your BODMAS rule. But in C programming language, we have more than one operator, right? More than just arithmetic operator. We have multiple arithmetic operator, logical operator, conditional operators, so many like bitwise operator, things like that. So you'll have to look into an operator precedence. So for operator precedence, you can just Google search the same keyword. Okay, my spelling might be wrong. PRESI or SE, either of them. Precedence or precedence, whatever it is. If you just Google search, you will get the link. Okay, so you will get a table of all the things. So on the left hand side, you will have priority, and then you will have the respective thing, and on the right hand side, you will have something called as associativity. The associativity will determine from which direction it will be processed. That is, for example, if you have a I plus plus, okay, if you have a expression I plus plus, I is the operand, right? So it will be processing from left to right. Whereas if you have plus plus I, okay, in this case, what should happen? Your operand is on the right hand side, so it will go process it from the right first, and then it will right to left. Okay, so that is the operator precedence and associativity. That is the one thing you'll have to keep in mind, because they might give a long expression. Okay, so a very long expression which you'll have to evaluate, and based on if you use an operator precedence, it will give one value, and if you don't use the operator precedence, you might get another value. So that is how usually it will be there. Okay, so that is about one. Next one is your comma. So now when it comes to comma, let us go for a simple program to understand it. Okay, A is equal to say 10 and B is equal to 15, and then I say int C is equal to A comma B. Okay, So now what will be the value of C? Can somebody tell me? Okay, no need to tell, because of the delay it will get quite some time, but the value of C will be B, that is 15. Let us try this. You can see here it is 15. Okay, so the reason why we are getting 15 and not 10 is because whenever you are using comma as an operator, whatever is there on the right hand side will get selected. So if at all I have written something like this, let it be A, whatever it is, I don't care right now. Let me remove this. I'd say printf %s, okay, and let me put this within the double quotes. Anything we write within a double quotes will be considered as what? It will be considered as string literals. So string literals means character means single variable, string means single symbol, and string literal means multiple characters, multiple symbols. Okay, so all those things are determined by or are written within your double quotes. So let us say that I'll say Genesis, and here comma I write C training. So you can check it out, automatically it is giving C training. Okay, so C training, that is the one, it is getting selected. Why? Because whatever is there on the right hand side will get selected. Okay, so they might write it something like this, or you might get it something like within a while loop. Let us say A and B are there. Okay, so both are starting with 0. So while A is greater than 5, B comma B is greater than 10, A plus plus and B plus plus. Okay, so I'm just incrementing. Okay, and then at the end of this I'll display the value of both variables. Okay, so A is equal to this and B is equal to this thing. So now again, this is actually one of the previously asked questions. Okay, so if at all you are not really comfortable with understanding the loops, no problem. I'm just demonstrating this for you so that you should be able to understand the comma part. Okay, so now A and B. Okay, see here, let us look at this. Since we have two conditions here, A is greater than 5 and B is greater than 10. Since it is separated by a comma, not by anything else, what will happen? Only the one on the right side will be taken. So it will come here until B is less than 10. That is, B is equal to 10 also, it will work. So when B becomes equal to 10, it stops and gets out. So since we are incrementing both A and B at the same time, both the value of A and B will be 10 itself. So let us run this just to confirm. You can see here, okay, one second. Why? Why is there a value? Okay, sorry, my bad. Less than, not greater than, less than. So the mistake is with my condition itself. So now you can clearly see here, as long as A is less than 5 and b is comma b is less than 10, means only b is less than 10 is only taken care of. Okay. Hello. Okay. Guys, if at all I'm interrupted or is there if there is something wrong with the stream, please let me know. Okay, because at one point I felt I saw that there was some issue with the thing streaming, so that's why I'm asking again. If there is a issue, please let me know. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Okay, no problem. Cool. Fine, then let's continue. So only the one on the right hand side will be selected. So basically this kind of a question also might be asked. Okay, it is not exactly useful in your actual coding, but it will be very useful in your MCQs. Okay, so other than that is your ternary operator. So your ternary operator syntax is your condition, then question mark, if it is true, colon, if false. So basically this is the syntax. Again, in this part of if true and if false, you can write direct values, that is your literals, or you can write indirect values, that is you write a variable whose value will be taken in, or you can write a expression which when evaluated will result in a value, or you can even write a function call which will actually return a value, anything. Okay, so basically your this expression itself will be what, this whole thing is also an expression. So you can write one more expression within this, that is condition, and if true you can write one more condition, if false you can write one more condition. So for example, if at all you want to see, it will be something along the lines of this. Let me give it a values, say make it 10, make it 90, and 10 and 90 is done, and then let us say c int c is equal to a is greater than 10. If it is true, then we'll check if a is greater than b. I don't even need to write the braces. Again, braces is optional. Okay, so a is greater than 10 and a is greater than b, then c will have the value of a, or else it will have the value of b, or else it will have the value of 99. Okay, so that is what I have done, and now let us just modify this part of code. C and C. So now again in this case it will be very simple because answer is obvious. It will be 90. C is equal to 90. You can clearly see. Okay. Now let us say that this is not the case. Let us say that it is 100. Okay, what will happen? So it is gonna get 100, or it's gonna say 100. Why? Because a is greater than 10, true. So it will come here. A is greater than b, the condition is not true. So it will not go to the true part, but it will go for the false part, if false part, okay, which is B. So value of B will be given to your C. Okay. Now let us say that A is equal to 1. Okay, A is only equal to 1. In this case, what will happen? You'll see that C has a value of 99. Okay, C has a value of 99. So that is about it. Okay, so this is your ternary operator. So your ternary operator doesn't always have to be written here. You can write it within printf, you can write it as an expression, you can write it anywhere, as long as its value will be given out. You can even sometimes write your for example, let us say greatest of two numbers. Okay, so I take two numbers, thing A and B. Okay, and I want to print which is the greatest of two number. If A is greater than B, what I'll do, I'll say printf printf A is greater than B. Okay, or else printf B is greater than A. Okay, and I write a semicolon here. I remove this altogether. We can even use it like this. But remember this, unlike your if else, you cannot have multiple statements. Okay, so unlike your if else, we cannot have multiple statements. That is the most important point here. Okay, so you can write it here, or you can write your ternary operator within a printf as well. Okay, so that's it about your ternary operator. Anybody has any issue with ternary operator, please send a message or type it in the chat. So anybody? Okay, I guess nobody has issue with this, so we'll continue ahead. But if at all you have issue, please don't hesitate to type. Okay, unfortunately we cannot have a voice, it is not working, so we'll just work with this. Okay, so now let us continue ahead. Now other than that, size of. So when it comes to size of, so now you can actually get a lot of kind of tricky questions. So you might get something like this. So size of an array can be evaluated by assuming the array declaration as this. Okay, so okay, so now assuming the this thing, how we are going to write. Again, answer is very simple. It is a. Okay, size of a. This is the syntax for it. If at all you are unclear about it, you can just Google search your size of syntax. Okay, so we'll go for some more questions which are interesting. Okay, they might even ask something along the lines of this. So I hope it is visible now. Now, so what will be the output of the following code? Again, they have created something called as a union. Again, I hope everybody is already aware of it, but I'm still going to tell you. A union is something which is similar to your structure. Union is also a user defined data type, that is, you can make your own type of data using a union, but the difference is this: in a structure, whatever members you have written, all of them put together, that will be the actual size of the structure variable. That is, if at all you have a structure called as say complex number, and you have a two double variables as the real and imaginary parts, then the actual size of any structure variable of your complex number type, it will be what? Double, that is 8 plus 8 bytes. Whereas in an union, whichever is the largest data type, largest member data type, okay, so when I say member, it is this, okay, so whichever is the largest member data type, it will be selecting the size of that. So since here we have a character and an int, which is the biggest data type? Obviously it is int, so it is going to say only 4. So if at all you are unclear about it, it is going it's going to say 4, because size of int is 4. If at all this was a structure, it will be altogether different. So what we can do is we can just try to run this code and demonstrate to you. Okay. So now let us run this. Forget about it, forget about the warning, okay, but you are getting the size as 4. Okay, so similarly, if this was a structure, okay, similarly if this was a structure, then what you will get out of this is not just 4, but it will be 4 plus 1 plus 1, that is 4 plus 2, 6. Okay, so it is giving 8. Okay, why is it giving 8? It's 4 bytes and 2 variables, it should be 6, but it is giving 8. Sometimes those kind of changes will be there. You will have to look for the compiler and understand which exactly how it will be given and things like that. But on the theory basis, you should get the value as 6. Reason for it is 4 plus 2 plus 2. Okay, here also you can see in the option you are only getting 6 and not 8. Okay, so that is how the variable should be, value should be. Okay, size, let us give LD, that will fix. Let's try it. Yeah, but it is still giving 8. It is supposed to give 6. Why 6? Because int is 1 byte. I'm sorry, int is 4 bytes. Then this character variable is 1 byte. This character variable is again 1 byte. So it will be 6. 4 plus 2, 6. But it will show, it is showing 8 here because it's a compiler specific feature. Okay, so compiler is actually giving the size differently. Okay, so that is that. Let us go for some more size of related questions, if at all there is. This is actually interesting. Let us go for this one. Right. I messed up. So you can see here, again this will give a warning because we have not written whether it is int or void. Okay, so let us just avoid that altogether and just write a return 0. This way it will not have any warnings, that's all. Okay, so now let us look at this. A variable a has been created with a value 1, and then size of a is %d, and we are getting size of plus a, and then value of a is displayed. So now what will be the value? Since we have incremented, like what is the value of a? 1. Okay, so 1, normally what you would think, okay fine, a value is incremented and then used, so a value will become 2 and then size is printed as 4. You would assume that this will be the output, but on the other hand, reality you will get this as the answer. That is, whenever you are writing plus or like whenever you are writing any other expressions within your size of, it will only consider size of first, because size of has a higher priority. That is what is happening over there. Okay, so let us just try to run this code and verify the result. Okay. Okay, so it's working fine. As you can clearly see here, size of a is 4 and value still remains 1. Why? Because size of is not a expression, size of is not a function call, it is a operator. Since it is an operator, it has a higher precedence and it is taking it. Okay, so you might get a lot of questions along the lines of this. Okay, so be careful whenever you are dealing with size of and other expressions. Normally you would think a will have a value 2, but in the contrary, it is actually 1. Okay, that is, whatever value is done here, it is not going to reflect to a. Okay, is this clear? Anybody has an issue with this, please leave a message. Okay, so now we can go for some more, maybe um, so okay, let me just try some more. All right, is there any other? So basically what I'm saying is you might get a lot of questions with respect to size of. Okay, I'm not getting any more here. If at all you want more, you can just contact me. You have my email address, right? So I'll send you the links of where you can go for that. Okay, so now we'll continue with the things we were discussing. Okay, so size of, these are the important ones, that is comma, your again, I'm not saying that you're only going to get questions from these three things, but you might get again, I'm considering that you already aware of your original ones, that is the normal ones, simple questions you are able to understand. These are the ones wherein you will get the tricky questions. Okay, they might give a tricky questions. So that said, you should not just read only size of and sing ternary operator and your operator precedence, but you should go through all the things. But here is where you might get tricky questions, so I hope you should be prepared. So now we'll get more into your if else. Okay, so some quantitative programs. So um, so let us see if I have any interesting. Ah, 1 second. I'm looking for my list of questions. Sorry. Uh, so now let us check it out. Uh, write a program to find the ASCII value of a character. Okay, so basically you might be asked to do something like this. How we do it? Now let us say, let us declare a character variable and let us give it a symbol, percentage. Okay, so now how do I display the ASCII value of this? Okay, so answer is actually very simple. Okay, so that is all I have to do. Again, you need to understand, whenever we are using character variable in an expression anywhere else, it will automatically convert it into int. So this will not cause a problem, unlike other things. Okay, so it is clearly displaying that the ASCII value of percentage is 37. So let us say similarly we will give uppercase A. So 65. I hope you are able to see that. Okay, so if at all you are told to find out the ASCII value, again this they might ask in say face-to-face round. They might ask you if you are receiving or they might even give it in a hands-on thing, but this is very simple for a hands-on thing. But how they would give this question is, they'd say that so from somewhere an input of some character is coming in, find out if the the character is in the valid ASCII range or not, print the value or something like that they might give. So basically this is how we can do for printing your ASCII value of the characters. Okay, so that is there. Let me look for some other questions. Long swapping two numbers. So again they might even ask swapping two numbers. So again there are actually two variations which are common, and there is a third variation which even I am not really familiar with. That is, you can actually use bitwise operators to actually swap the two values, but I'm not really comfortable with that. But there is two ways in which you can swap the two numbers, that is int b, a has a value, say what is today's date, 21, right, 21, and say 26. Okay, so 21 and okay 16, fine, let it be 16 itself. Okay, so now before swap, a is equal to percentage d, and similarly b is equal to percentage d. Okay, b. Now this is before and next is after. Okay, so how do we normally swap? Using a temporary variable, means we get one more variable called as, say, c. So c is equal to a is equal to b, and b is equal to c. Okay, so if I run this, okay, let us just make it a little bit better looking. Okay, so let me just put a backslash n. Okay, before swap, a is 21, b is 26. After swap, a is 16, b is 21. Okay, so the changing has happened. This is simple way, that is taking a temporary variable. They can actually do it without using a temporary variable. How to do that? Again, it is very simple. A is equal to a plus b, and b is equal to a minus b, and a is equal to a minus b. That's it. So even this way also you can swap the values. You can clearly see here the value has swapped. Let us even change the values just for checking purpose. Okay, say 17. Okay, even if it is negative, I think it will work. It may not work, so we'll just have to confirm. Yeah, it is working. Even for negative also, this is working. Okay, so this is swapping of two numbers without using your temporary variable. Okay, so hope this is clear. If at all anybody has any problems with these, if not, we can go ahead with some more programs. Now let us say check whether the character is a vowel or a consonant. Okay, so now first, since it is expecting a character, we'll just say character, we'll say all right, enter a character. Now scanf %c ampersand a okay, scanf, and now normally, that is using your if else, you would have written something like if a is equal to a, or so I'm just gonna copy a e I O U, and same thing I'm adding for uppercase. Okay, so uppercase A, uppercase E, uppercase I, uppercase O, and uppercase U. If this is true, what do we do? Printf character %c is vowel. Okay, if it is vowel. Else character %c is consonant. Okay, so this is typically how you would have written. Okay, 1 second, I've not fixed this. Okay, now it is proper. Yeah, AEIOU is done. Now let us, it is expecting me to write a character, so I'll say S. So character S is a consonant. Now let us say that I give uppercase E, okay, uppercase, 1 second, there's something wrong with this, it's not taking uppercase. Okay, so forget about it, it is not taking uppercase. I'm unable to type uppercase. I thought I mistyped it, but so it is finding out the vowel. So this is using your if else. You can even use the do the same using your ternary operator as well. Okay, so all you have to do is copy the whole condition. If the condition is true, then print this one, colon. If it is false, print as constant. I'm sorry, not constant, consonant. Okay, so we can even do it like that, or we can write it like character printf character %c is %s, and then write the condition question mark. If it is true, double quotes vowel, colon, double quotes consonant. We can even write it like that. So same code can be written in different ways. Okay, so I hope you are already aware of it. Okay, let me just go through the chat if there is any. Okay, there is none. Fine, then we'll continue. Okay, so that is that. Is there any other interesting ones? Largest of 3 numbers. So now here they are not looking for 2 numbers, but they are asking for 3 numbers. They are only saying largest. They are not exactly asking for if it is equal or something like that. Okay, so for simplicity's sake, we can just write one ternary operator to fix this. Okay, so that is int, let us say the variables a comma b comma c are there, and let us just give it a default value of 0 for now. Enter 3 numbers. Okay, enter 3 numbers. In input part, I'll be changing this to d and not just 1, since we are taking input of 3 variables. Input of 3 variables, we'll be writing 3% d. Okay, so and then this is c, this is b and a. Okay, guys, please fill up your attendance form. It is already posted in the link. It's posted in the chat. I'll give you 5 minutes to fill it up. Okay, please mark your attendance and then we'll continue. All right. Hope everybody has marked your attendance. Okay. Okay, everything is fine. It's working. All right. Then should we continue? All right. Now let us have three numbers. Printf. The largest of three numbers is %d. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply write if A is greater than B and A is greater than C, then it means A is the largest value. If the second condition, that is A is greater than C, is false, means C is the largest variable. Okay, so that is done. Okay, so now we have got one part of it. Then next part, again this is for the else part, for that is your if false part for your first condition, that is A is greater than B. Then what we do is we check if B is greater than C. If this is true, then we print the value of B, or else we print the value of C. So very simple one. If at all you want to understand this, let me put some brackets for you so that you can easily understand. So okay, so first condition, if true, if false. Okay, so second condition, if true, if false. If true, if false. Again, third condition, if true, if false. Okay, so this is how we are going to be writing the code. Okay, so let us just take some random numbers. I'll just type some random number, say 33 minus 88, 59. Okay, so 59 is the largest. So we can run it again. Minus 9 minus 5 minus 99. Okay, sorry, minus 9 minus 5 and minus 99. Can you guess which is the largest? Again, answer is obvious, which is 5, minus 5, not just 5, minus 5. Okay, so largest of three numbers just using one single line. Again, not all the companies ask for efficiency. Okay, so some companies are okay with you just writing the code, but some company might actually ask you to write an optimized code. So in case of using an optimized code, you can write something like this, or else again you can easily use your if else. Okay, if a is greater than b and if a is greater than c, print a is greatest, else print c is greatest, else if b is greater than c, then print b is greatest, or else c is greatest. So you can even write like that as well, but it is not the most optimized code. This on the other hand is most optimized. Why? Because your ternary operator is a expression. Since we are only using expression, it becomes easier and faster. Okay, so that is there. Let us see if there is any other things I can find. So we'll do some switch statement. Okay. Simulate so for that we can write choice and quantity. Okay, two variables, choice and quantity. Okay, so welcome. Again, I don't need to write multiple printfs, please understand, but if it gets way too long on the side, it might be hard for you guys to read. That's why I'm writing multiple printf. Please remember, it is not a good practice to write multiple printf. Okay, if you can write with only one printf, then it is very good that you write it with that itself. But since I'm trying to teach here, that's why I'm writing it in multiple printf, because I cannot modify the size of the things and everything here. Okay, so printf, welcome 1 for KitKat, 2 for let us just fix this together. Okay, 1 for KitKat, 2 for 5 star, 2 for 5 star, and 3 for say silk. Okay, so 1 for KitKat, 2 for 5 star, and 3 for silk. So first we take the input of the things, and then we have to enter the quantity, okay, enter the quantity, and quantity, we've gotten quantity. Now we'll have to write the menu. Okay, so how will we write menu? Switch, your choice will go here, case 1. So cost for percentage D, first one is KitKat, right? KitKat is percentage D. Okay, so let us write here, first one is quantity, second one is, let us say that KitKat 15, 20, I don't remember, it's been a long time since I've bought chocolates, so I don't exactly remember the price. I'm just giving a random price. Okay, so let it be say 15. Okay, so 15 into quantity, we get the cost, right? So then we say break. Okay, so copy this whole thing. Okay, so now 2 is 5 star, so we have to change the name, and let us say the cost of 5 star is $5, and the last one is silk, and the cost of silk is 75, I guess, I don't remember. So that is the thing, and then make it as 3. So I'm going to print it. Do I need to write this break? No, not required. Do I need to write default? Maybe. Let us just write it. So if I want to use default, then I have to write a break statement. Break statement is must. So let us go for this break, and let me write default okay. 1 second, guys, this thing is seriously. All right, 1 second, let me just fix this and we can be done. Okay, yeah, invalid choice. So okay, so this is typically like a vending machine. Again, switch, okay, So it is expecting me to take the input. So let us say that I give 5 star. Okay, so I want 5 of them. Okay, so it is 25. So 5 into 5 is 25. So cost of 5 stars is 25, and it is ending, right? So this is typically how we write your switch. Again, this is your these are the actual topics. So let me see. Oh, not an issue. String properly. Guys, is this clear? You have any issues with this? I'm not getting any responses. Is it clear or not? If you have a doubt, please ask. Okay, so me waiting for you to answer back, again there's already a delay. There'll be a delay of some 1 minute from my end itself. That is what I'm broadcasting and what I'm getting responses for. And if we have to wait, it is gonna get a lot of time. So I'll just move forward. If anybody has any issues, please just drop the question in your in the chat. Okay, so this is simple typical switch. Now important question, what are the different types of variables which we can write within your switch? The answer is, it's simple, your int and char. Int and char are the different type of variables which we can write within your switch. That said, can we write any expressions? Say, let us say that quantity, choice plus quantity. Can we write something like this? Answer is also yes, you can write it. Okay, it actually solve the expression and then give the result. Of course, here it will not matter, because here it is obviously going to print invalid choice only, because we have only case 1, 2 and 3, and if we have given anything other than like 1 to 3, and if the value of the resultant of choice plus quantity is more than 3, it is going to print as invalid choice. Okay, but it is syntactically right. I'm just running this to prove that. Okay, you can even write it like this. Now, can I write something like this? Say 0. Okay, so I'm writing a literal plus character. You can. Okay, so sorry, both of them are literal, but integer literal plus your character literal. Okay, even this is also valid. Okay, so okay, yeah. Now, can I write say my choice? Can I write like this? This will be considered as invalid. Okay, so this will be syntactical error because we cannot write a variable. Okay, so you can clearly see here you are getting a error. Okay, so this will not work. Next what else is there? What all we can write within your switch? We can write anything and everything. Can we write a variable declaration? Yes. Can we write functions call? Yes. Can we write decision making? Yes. Can we write loops? Yes. Can we write a switch within a switch? Yes. Okay, so as long as it is not breaking any of the rules, syntactical rules, it is fine. Okay, you can write any kind of a expression here in your whatever you want to call it. After your case state thing keyword, you can write your respective codes. Okay, so that is about your switch. Okay, so let us see if I can get any good switch questions. Enumeration type diff. Okay. Now let us go for some one or two switch related things, and then we can easily end the session for today. Okay, this is simple. Okay, I told you, right, your comma operator becomes very important. So this is one example for that. Let's just check it out. Okay, so okay, so this is a single line, so let me just fix this. Okay, now star slash is there, and options, for options slash star and star slash. Again, I'm just commenting things. Okay, so now let us go for this. What will be the output of the following code, assuming that we have entered the value 1 in standard input. So now let us look at the code. We have a variable called as ch. It's taking the input. Again, it is printing that 1 or 2 has to be input, enter a value. Then we are taking the value for that, and then we are passing on to switch. Please observe what we are passing on. ch comma ch plus 1. So whenever you are using comma, what will happen? Whatever is there on the right hand side, only that one will get selected, right? So what will happen is ch plus 1 will be going here. So even if the value we have given as 1, okay, it is going to print 2. Okay, so let us just verify this. Even if we have given the input as 1, it is going to print 2, because what is getting selected is ch plus 1, not ch. Clear? This is again a typical MCQ you might come across. Okay, so MCQ, and also switch programs I haven't come across many. If I do find them, we'll discuss them later. Okay, so if you are unclear with the questions, please ask the doubt in the comment section. I'll be going through a lot of questions in a quick succession. Okay, so please ask the questions if you are unclear with it. Okay, now we'll go for some more. Okay, something else got copied with it. Wait a second. So now let us look at the question. What is runtime error? Okay, so runtime error is a error which occurs only during the runtime. In the sense, you have written the code, okay, you are compiling it, no errors, but you are running it. Normally it would have worked. Let us say that some case in some input value it is not working properly. That is what is a typical runtime error. So if at all you want to take an example, let us say that you have written a program to divide two numbers. Okay, so I'll show you the example after this. Let us just finish discussing this question for now, and then we'll go for the next one. Okay, so now, so x is a variable, 97 is given value, and we are using case value literal a, okay, literal a and case 97, that is the value which is being given. So what it is asked, the question is what will be the output. Okay, so that is the question. So now let us get to this. So the answer is obvious. We are going to get a duplicate case error because of the values. Okay, so let us run this. You will get to see here. Okay, so duplicate case value. Why? Because ASCII value of character A as well as 97 is both 97 only. Since we have given the same value, it is getting confused which case to be given. So that's why you are getting the error. Okay, so if at all we had written ASCII or literal B, then we will not get any error. Of course, don't worry about this. We are getting the error because of the // okay. So now let us run this. See here, you are not getting any error. Okay, why? Because you can write a character literal and a integer as long as the values don't clash, but previously the values were getting clashed. That's why it was not working, but here it is working. Okay, clear with this? So if you are not clear, please leave it, respond in the chat. Now I will be explaining the runtime error. Okay, I will demonstrate to you what is a runtime error. Okay, so let us say you have written a typical program. two numbers. Okay, so x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. Okay, so we'll take the input. Now enter two numbers to be divided. Okay, so scanf %d and comma ampersand x and ampersand y. Okay, I have taken two variables. Then okay, then let us say I am going to print the quotient is equal to %d. Okay, so x divided by y. This is what is happening. Okay, let us run this. Okay, it is expecting two variables. Let me give 15 and 9 or 15 and say 3. Okay, quotient is 5. It is working properly. But let us say that by mistake, rather than typing 1, I mistakenly gave 0. See what is happening? Program somehow stopped. It did not work properly at all. Here we can't see the actual runtime error, but if you are actually doing with the normal compiler, you can actually get a runtime error. You will get that there will be some kind of a long information will be provided. Okay, so since this is a online compiler, it is not going to show all the runtime errors. Okay, but you will get a runtime error, that is program did not complete properly. So this is a runtime example for a runtime error. Okay, that is while running, only when while it is running, you are going to come across a erroneous behavior. Okay, so that is typically your runtime error. Clear? Is it clear, Abhijit? Okay, it's gonna take a while. Okay, okay, fine, then we'll head for some more examples if at all there are any interesting ones. Yeah, this is a good question. You can try this out, or you can check this out. Okay, so what will be the output of following code? So let us look at the code for now. Okay, so now stdio.h, no problem. Define, there is a define. So whenever hash define is written, what you have to understand? Define is a macro. Okay, so macro, what it does is, wherever it comes across max of a, okay, wherever it comes across this, then it will automatically replace it with this, that is whatever value we had given here. So int x is equal to 1, switch x, and case max of 2. So max of 2 means if this will be replaced by what? Only 2. Max of 1, this will be replaced by what? Only 1. So basically syntax is proper. So since x has a value 1, automatically it will match to this case and it will say no and break. Program will terminate. Okay. So the question is, what is the output of the following code? So we'll check this out. Okay, we'll run this to verify. See here, it is printing no itself. So it is very clear. I hope you guys understood this. Okay. So the reason why this is working is because you have used define, hash define, which is a macro. Okay. So because of the macro, it is working. Now, or else it will not work. If this statement is not there, then this will definitely give an error. Okay. Football 7, sorry for saying out your name. Can you please tell me what? Because there is a lag in between the time I'm training and the time you will be seeing this. So you have to be clear with the question. If you can specify the question, I'll be able to answer it. Please respond if at all you have heard me saying, then please respond if you can think. I'm unclear about your question. Football 7. Okay, I'm unclear with your question. Can you please give the proper context for the question? I'll be able to answer. If it is not, just say clear. I'm not getting the response. Okay. I hope he'll respond back, or his thing is cleared. Okay, his doubt is cleared. So we'll go for one more example, if it is good one, if there is any good ones. Okay, there are not any other examples. Okay, so this completes your switch and everything. So I hope you guys are clear with it. We have discussed from the basics of your variables, how we are what all we can do, things like that, and then how to solve problems using if else, and your switch syntaxes, where all you can have problems, where they might give confusing MCQs. All these kinds of things we have discussed into today's session. Okay, so we'll end today's session here. I'll be here itself for some while, if at all anybody wants to ask any question. If you are if there is no other questions, then we'll terminate the session. Okay, so I'll be waiting. So let's go. Okay. All right. It really is weird to see my face on the screen. So if you have any doubts, please ask, or else we'll end the session for today. All right then. Since Football 7 hasn't responded, we'll end the session here. Okay, so all the best, guys. See you tomorrow. Okay, bye.